Howdy doody. We're going live. Are we going live? Let's have a look. Welcome to another video. Looks like I'm going live. Let's have a look. Let's everything catch up. Let's just put something in there. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. Let's everything catch up. Alright, that looks okay. Okay. So, welcome to project update. Welcome to project update. Does it come there? Yes, it does. How are you all doing? You okay? So I meant to do one a few days earlier, but I've been a bit tired. I've been going to bed early, and tonight I'm up late, so I've been doing a bit of a PLC project for a guy at work. Anyway, so we've got a few things to update you on. So anyway, let's just do it. So let's give you guitar first or intro. Let's do intro. Okay, so here we go. Intro. Welcome back. That's animated intro, and let's do guitar intro. Okay, here we go. There you go. Right. Alright, yeah. Everything alright, yeah. I'll make sure nothing's going to fall off, you know what I mean? Anyway, so what's it all about, Alfie? Oh, got the boards back. Hang on. Which one should we do? Should we do that one? Yeah. Or should we go back to that one? Go back to that one. Got the boards back from JLC PCB, and there was a few problems. So my own fault. I was dead. I finished them off. Basically, put the through-hole components in, and you got a box full here. I've wrapped them back in here temporary. Can't get them out. Oh my god. Yeah. So there they are. There's 10 of them in there. I put all the other bits on. Let's get rid of that one. Put the bits on and replace the bits that were wrong. I did on wrong, and got all that sorted out. And the next thing was to do was to find a box to put them in and package it. Okay, so basically I went down to the local company that does packaging. Did make my own box at one point. I thought about making my own box, but the whole idea was to get this done with as little time as possible on my behalf. Anyway, so in here, just so happens that this box, you can actually get 3 boards in. 3 boards in, and there's no room. They just fit exactly right, so unbelievable. Anyway, so let's have a look. So, bubble wrap, piece of anti-static bubble wrap. Let's take these out for a minute. Take these out. So, what you'd get in here is you'd get your anti-static rubble mat. Anti-static rubble mat, there's a new one. So anyway, you put that in there. Get yourself one of these, put that in there. Get yourself another piece of anti-static bubble mat. Put that in there. And then you have to get yourself the instruction card. The card that goes in with it. It tells you how to do certain stuff, so you put that in there and you close it up like that, and you close it up, seal it up. Obviously you've got to test it all first, and that's letterbox size, so it will go through the letterbox. Yeah. So and the idea is to have all these stacked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Loads of them all stacked up. Actually wouldn't take that much space, 10 of them. So that's 2, 4, 5. So that higher stack would be 10 of them. So it doesn't take much space. Anyway, that being out of the way. So I ran out of connectors. Ran out of connectors on the last 2, so I had to change colour. Well, it's a little bit of a different blue, but anyway, it's nothing too much to moan about. I'm on here. You're right. Hold on a second. Hang on, interim time. And we're back, it's alright. Anyway, so I ran out of connectors, so I had to order some. I thought they were going to be local. Some local connectors just to finish it off, but I didn't actually need them in the end. Oh, this will come in for the next batch, if there is a next batch. There will be a next batch. Anyway, the box size is. That box size is a large letter, 148 by 100 by 20 mil. So, and they do some pouches. They do some anti-static pouches, which are which size are they? 2 sheets here. All right, 100 by 35 mil. So they're 100. About 100 by 135 mil. So that'll be about that size. So it should just fit one of these inside. Should just fit one of them inside anyway. So there's that. And we've got. I went a bit mad and ordered. Go on, I don't care about the logo. It's not sponsored. Vistaprint. So £34 was going to be for 200. No, 250. And for extra £10 or £12 you can have another 250. So What did I do? Ordered 500. Yeah, crazy, yeah. Oh well. So it's 500 on the go. And I can never get these things out, you know. So in here there's 500 cards. 500 cards. Here they are. They're like just the same. They fold in half. They're like business card size, and you can fold them and use them as a tent. The idea was, I'll show you on the other one actually, it's already bent, so put that away. So there's two boxes of them, 500. I'll find somewhere for them to live. And they did give me 2 samples. They gave me a sample of that size, just give it me. And they gave me, that was one they buy in, that's the one they buy in, ready done. And this is the one they make themselves. Okay, this one's a bit cruder, but it will fit different scenario. And just so happens to fit one of my older boards. Fits one of my older boards with the Arduino Mega and the LCD display. Not as snug as the original board I made, but it does fit in. Yeah, it does fit in. And the height's right, so you could sandwich it in there and off it goes, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So this is, and I did make my own, and I'm thinking, have I got time to make my own? Well, I don't really got time to make my own. So, I decided to see how much they are. Now these ones are listed at 24 pence each plus the VAT, about 30 pence each, these ones. But the 20 centimetre, it is the height of, it's actually the height of that, the relay, the height of the relay on the board, so little bit to spare, probably just to get the bubble wrap in. You will get the bubble wrap in. So this bubble wrap, I'll just cut it like that, but it will be a bag, a self-sealing padded bag, it's made of the same stuff, and you get that. So the idea is you get one of these out, you set this up, it's got a bend in it, you put this on your table. This is a multi-roll thing, this is, by the way, multi-roll. So all on one card. The only thing it does, when you bend it a few times, it does start to get a split down it, and you can see the white card coming through. So probably tend to leave it as it was, really. But the idea is you can put it on your bench like that, and while you're trying to get your phone out, this one's so much been bent it won't even stay up. But the idea, it's a tent, and you can turn it round, and then you can get to the wiring diagram. Get to the wiring diagram so you can wire it up, sit it on the bench, and then once you wire it up, you can turn it round, and it gives you step-by-step guide on how to access it. Well, it's just a matter of getting your phone, follow the instructions. Well, let's say for instance, if you get your camera out, you should be able to just pick up the QR code, and then it'll just open up and take you straight to the website. Let's take you straight to the website where you can have a look at the video and get to the wiring and the step-by-step guide instead of reading this one, and go into greater depth. I've got to sort that out. I've done a basic page, but I've got to sort that out anyway. So there's that. So you've got QR code on it. Then you've got step-by-step guide. Hang on, what I should do is, let me just I'll bring it up actually. I'll bring it up. Hold on. Let me just bring it up on the screen. Save you. Struggling now. Where do I bring it up? Yeah, okay, here we go. Right, hold on. Here it is. Oh, you can't see that. Let's get your screen on. There you go. Right, so, yeah, you can see that. I can put this little card down now. Right, so what we've got is this is the front side of the card. Alright. And you can see, basically you get your phone and you just go on your browse. Just go on your Wi-Fi, swipe down, go on your Wi-Fi and choose your Wi-Fi when you're in access point mode. Select your serial number. So on your Wi-Fi list you should get, where am I? Oh, that one. On your Wi-Fi list, you can't see it. Let's go over to there. So when you get your Wi-Fi list, you should be able to select it on here, and then it'll endeavour to try and open it. Now this software will serve you up a DNS, and it should take you. You go to step 2, select your ID. So you select that. Now on the back of the card, hang on, let's bring up the other picture. Right, that one there, open. Right, so this one here, you can't see it yet. That one there it's a multifunction card, basically. Let's get rid of this phone a minute. So in this area here, I will print off a laser printed label, and it'll have your serial number on it, and it'll have your ID and that you need for the other bit, for this bit here. There's your example. So you'll have that bit there. There's your serial number. At the minute, I'm going to give you the serial number. This is an example, so that'll be your last digit of your IP address, and this is your ID number on the system if you use extended. So this is your format. So basically you look into, now when you first get it out of the box, it's going to have to be, when you first get out of the box, it's going to have to be these will have to be default now. So this will be probably default to this one here. I haven't quite worked this bit out yet, so this is what I've got to do actually. But your serial number is easy enough to generate, and that'll be embedded into the unit itself. So if you've got multiple of these on your wireless, you'll be able to choose the right one based on this. So anyway, this blocker number is chip variable, and so is this block. But this will be serial number. So regardless of these two, it depends on you've set it once you've gone into it. But initially, out of the box, you will end up with. Hang on, where's that gone? Yeah, you'll end up out of the box. On here, it'll give you your serial number, and you'll have to insert that, or that'll be the one you'll be looking for on the other side. Instead of that, so that'll be the format. You'll have UPAS hyphen, then you'll have a number, then the serial number, then you'll have another hyphen, and then another number, and the KP. So, right, so that's when you're in AP mode, access point mode. Okay. Put here step 4. So step 1, browse for your in access point mode. Go to your Wi-Fi station. Step 2, select your ID from your serial number label, which this is your ID example of it, but this area will be different, and this will be different, that'll be different, but this is the area you'll be interested in. So if you look for that bit and this bit and KP, regardless of them two, you'll find the right one. So you connect to that. It'll be, if you can see that, it means you're in access point mode. Okay, so you connect to it, and now some phones won't take you to the IP address. It won't take you to it, to the web interface. So if it doesn't, out of the box, the default web interface is on the standard ESP32 192.168.4.1, so it'll come up with a standard one, and once you're in there, you've got access into it, and you can add your credentials for joining your local area network or your wireless. So when you're into it, once you set those credentials up, you go into this bit here, hold your program button to toggle. That's your program button. Hang on, let's find one with a controller on it. Let's get one out with a controller on it. Here it is. Right, so there's one with a controller already on it. There's one with no controller on it. So on here, there's your button, your program button there. That one. Click, click. So you just hold it in for a few seconds, and then it'll beep once to go into station mode. Let's go back to the card. So it's going to beep on here. It's going to station equals 1 beep, access point equals 2 beeps. So if you, once you've got your credentials, if you want to try to join the network, have it join the network and get its I forget, it's probably gonna, yeah, it's gonna try and join. Won't get a DHCP, I don't think. No, you put your credentials in, and you have to put your network in as well. Join the network, and basically once you've got your credentials saved, this will be in access point mode. You basically hold your button down. Don't have to turn the power off or anything. And what it'll do is it'll reboot, and it'll set itself up in station mode, and it'll try and join the network. As it's trying to join the network, it'll try and get the NTP network time as well off the NTP, and it'll set the time, and it'll carry on going to the rest of the system. The web interface. Then you'll be able to get it off your local area network then, or off your phone, as long as your phone's already joined the Wi-Fi network. And if it doesn't work, not to worry, you can always hold the program button down again. Hold the program button down, and it'll bleep twice, and it'll reboot, and then you'll be in access point mode. Either way, your default password is admin user. Default username is admin, and the password is UPAS. Okay, so anyway, this one here would take you to the website, like I say. Now on the serial number side, let me just on this side. So this serial number will be printed out for each one. I don't know whether I'm going to have a QR code on this yet or not. It'll have basically a serial number put out there, and some other details, most probably, whatever I can fit on there. Yeah. What I might do is have a QR code that takes you straight to the access point, because the other side takes you to the website page, and this one could take you straight to the default access point. So the idea is to get you onto the web interface as quickly as possible. That's basically what it what it is. You have to join to get onto that. It's gonna, if you're on your phone and you're joining your own Wi-Fi network and the unit's in access point mode, it's gonna try and take you onto the net with it, because you haven't joined your net yet. So this one will, you have to be in access point mode for this to operate. So in that code, yeah, it's just going to basically have the same details as in there, that bit there. So it'll just save you doing that. I don't know what, I might not even do that yet. I don't know. This point, once the DNS is working right in the access point software, as soon as you join the network, it should just take you to it anyway. But this is in case it doesn't. Some phones are weird. For whatever reason, they don't do it. So you can put it in manually in your browser and get to it. Anyway, so you've always got a way of getting to it. Right, what else we got? Let's have a look. Right, so the other thing we've got is, let me just load this one. Right, so on the other side of the card, you've got your wiring diagram. Typical wiring diagram you got. Okay, so there's a few pictures of things here. So I've done it in colour code. Yeah, it's a bit weird, I know, but I was trying to get it finished. If you follow the code, it's okay. So you've got your power supply coming in here. 12 volt DC power supply. About 1 amp will do. That's just a mean well one. Yeah, you can use whatever one you want. Anyway, comes in here, and then you can put your reader on, your RFID reader. So you're going to put 12 volts into your reader directly from your power supply, and you got your clock and data and your LED. And over here you've got your rim latch or lock, and got your relay controlling this. If you want to unlock a 12 volt DC rim latch, you feed 12 volts into your common, and you go from either a normally closed or normally open, depending on what you've got, fail safe, fail secure lock, or a mag lock, or a rim latch, or a strike. You just wire that to the other side of the lock. Okay, depending on what lock you got, you might have to put a diode, a reverse protection diode across there. There's different ways of doing it. So you might have to tie it to ground and plus, or to the live wire and ground. So I haven't shown it on here, but on the website it will go into a bit of depth about that. Right, so then the other thing is you've got your exit button. So that's on one of your inputs here. These are opto-isolated inputs. So you feed in, you've got 5 volts out coming out of here, and you just got to feed that into one of these inputs. So 5 volt out. So you've got your 5 volt going to your one side of the switch, and your brown wire or your other wire going into input 1, push to exit. And then on the second input you've got a door contact. So it's a magnet and like a reed switch. Standard alarm door contact. That goes also from 5 volt to the green wire comes out. That goes into that door contact input. Then the other one is your tamper, and that's your switch. That also 5 volt one side, and your violet or purple wire into tamper input into input 3. Now these are all programmable, so you can change them, but these will be the default settings. That takes care of that. Then the only other thing that can go on there is you've got extra 2 relays. So this output, you've got one onboard relay, and you've got a Darlington driver chip there. And what it does is it basically drags this pin to ground. So you've got your violet, or your purple, and your pink. So you can have an extra 2 relays on. So 3 relays you can control in total. These are external, so you need to wire the coil to 5 volt, and the other side of the coil straight into the relay 2 or relay 3, and you can operate them from your web interface as well. Relay 2 can also go off your dual timer, so that can work off your internal timer, so can that. And I think at the minute I've just set one you can just toggle it on and off, so you've got the ability to toggle on and off. And you've got an optional OLED display that plug in there. That's an I2C OLED display. In case you want to, it's nice to have it on, but all this you can see on your web interface. Once you've got your phone connected, you can see it all there, so there's no need for this anymore, but it's there in case you want it. And you've got your standard LCD interface, or another I2C, different configuration than that one. That you can put connect your real-time clock or your extra display or anything like that, whatever you want. Obviously if it's going to connect to the network and get the time, the NTP, once you put those credentials in, you've joined your network, you don't really need a real-time clock. If you want this to stand alone when it's not connected to any kind of network, just a wireless standalone device, you can plug in a real-time clock. I actually got on my demonstration unit one actually soldered in underneath. It goes underneath there, and the pins come through, and they stick out, and you can still get on top. It's a bit of a weird lot, but if you wanted a self-contained thing, you just raise it up on your posts, your 4 posts, and that can be soldered in. But at the minute, that was just for my demonstration unit, but I'd probably just be plugged in, a little PCB to plug in. Right, so it's that. Then you've got your other expansion, which I've told you about before, your TFT and touchscreen display on the Lylin TFT display port, and you've got your Stemma QT port for any other sensors, other stuff you want to put, real-time clock, I2C memory, anything you want to put on and expand it. So there's that. And the other option we've done since last time, underneath here is, you can't see it on this one, but there's an SPI FRAM memory chip, and on the original design it was only 8K, but I've managed to use, when I had the JLC PCB, assemble it with the LCSE parts, I've selected a 32K one, so it's got 4 times the memory of this one, so you can store a lot more stuff. So I've got to do a bit of memory management on the configuration of the main software, just to share that memory. So probably create as an event log. Anyway, I've told you all this. Right, so anyway, the good news is I've tested all this out on the new board. I chose the wrong opto-isolators initially, so I put the right ones on there. Cleaned all the board up in the cleaner, and then even put them in an ultrasonic cleaner as well. Cleaned all the flux off them. That came out okay. They're quite clean now. You can't see them. They're nice and clean. They're alright now. So I've tested initial one, tested the Wigan, that's working still, and it's doing all the logic level conversion. Tested the FRAM memory, the Adafruit library that I was using for the FRAM didn't include the new chip, so I've had to add that chip. Well, I had a look at the data sheets. The data sheets are almost identical, and I've tried it on one of my last streams, and it does actually read and write to it, so that's pretty good. So there's that. At the minute, it only the firmware only supports up to 8K, but I've got to change the firmware slightly. I've got a few things to do to the firmware. Got to add that part to it. I've got to do some FRAM memory management in there, add that to it. Then I've got to change the web interface server from 80, so programmable, to go 8080 or 81, 82, 83. So I've got to do that, and yeah, we've got to put that in there. And I thought about an activation as well. When it's new, you activate it with, but then in case it went to the wrong place or somebody got hold of it while it was in transport. Well, I don't know about that. So I mean, most of the time it'll go from a distributor, and then they'll just send it right on. So now Hikvision stuff, you have to activate it, but I don't know if we need to go that far at the minute. Anyway, so there's that. Is there anything else? No. Oh, so basically everything I did to it, converted it from what was it called? I forgot. EagleCAD over to KiCad. Everything worked okay after. And this little bit of this buck converter, all you got to do is set it up, put your instead of putting 12 volts in, put 6 or 7 volts in, adjust this, leave this out, leave your ESP32S node MCU board out, set this lower, just set this low from that voltage, and then just set it to 4 or 5 volts, and once you've got that set, you can bring your power bench or your power supply up. I've got a bench power supply for setting it up, so that's a way of setting it up without it blowing anything up. Obviously you won't have the OLED plugged in, and you won't have anything else plugged in initially. And these are going through a Darlington driver, so that none of this will switch on. The only thing that will get the voltage initially is this lot here, and this is going through 220. This LED, these input LEDs are going through 5 volt, so it could be 12 volt, going through an LED through a 220 ohm resistor, then into the other side, back into the LED that's built inside the opto isolator. So the chances are you could probably put 12 volt through there and not really do anything, no problem. But once you've got your voltage set, you tweak to 5 volt. These will all be done by me anyway, and I'll probably put a bit of Loctite or something over this. If anyone starts playing with that, obviously you don't want that to happen, so I'll be able to tell. Alright, so there's that. So there's your wiring diagram. So from that, it should be easy to set one up. Now you don't have to use the reader. You could just use the onboard relay if you want, or the inputs. So you've got 3 inputs, 3 relays. And also if you want more relays, you can extend it off I2C and go to a port extender. You do more inputs, more outputs if you want. So there's that. I've even got one that does analog as well. Anyway, so that's that bit. What else have we got? So Yeah, going back to this card, we've got yeah, certificate of guarantee. So it comes with 1 year's guarantee, and all you've got to do is fill in this warranty extension certificate request. Fill that in, and of course it'll have your serial number already on it. Once you fill that in, you just photograph this on your phone and email it over. And as soon as I get hold of it, I'll email you back an email with a similar scenario telling you you've got, with these data you've supplied, 3 years warranty. So we've got our UPAS logo and our open source hardware. It's the wrong colour logo. I didn't want a light blue on top of a, cyan blue on top of a blue, so I made it black. And you've got your UKCA mark and your CE mark and your FCC mark. So your FCC is for the ESP32 S node MCU. That's in a can. So that's already should have been approved. So that's there. Just don't need to put any of these marks on. While not legally mandated, the inclusion of this UKCA and CFCC mark serves as a voluntary demonstration of our commitment to quality assurance and regulatory compliance. So we're going along with it anyway, but the thing's only 12 volt. So I don't know about in the UK, anything over 70 volts AC, is it, and 50 volts DC, or the other way around, can't remember now. So anything over that you have to have these marks on, but we're only working at 12 volt. So the only thing we've got to worry about is the interference compliance from the frequency side of things, the wireless, which is taken care of already because we buy the module and it's already been approved for that, I believe. Anyway, so there's that. We've got email, website and an email if you want to get in touch, company number and all the rest of it. So anyway, so there's that. That's the end of that bit. So that's really it. Yeah, so that's that card. In every box you get that card. Right, so what more can I say? Let's get onto a bigger screen. Let's get on to that. Is there anything else to say? Yeah, I've got to make. What I've got to do is I've got to design a test jig now. So let's go over to the design KiCad. Let's put KiCad on a minute. Let's get KiCad on. Right, here we go, KiCad. Right, so here's the design in KiCad. Right, I suppose we could bring up EagleCAD as well. Let's get EagleCAD up as well. Now I'm going to use EagleCAD to make a test jig, I think, yeah. And I might use KiCad, yeah. It seems mad, yeah, I might just use KiCad. Now, I'll leave EagleCAD off. Right, so let's do it in KiCad. So I've got some pogo pins. Now, what we need to do here is I need to drop this board. Let's get it. So I need to get this board, basically drop it onto a test jig. The pogo pins press down. They connect to the terminals. So you get the terminals down there and down there. Pogo pins connect up, and it basically just puts the power supply in, the extra relays, the reader, the relay output, and all the input buttons in. So It's basically this test jig here. Let's get this off of here. So that they showed you the suitcase one last time. It's getting cold. So in here we've got a test jig. Yeah, I made this up out of an old Jessup's camera case. And CNC'd the thing out and put a lock on it. Put a lock in there. Buttons. When you show someone, you move in the way of the camera. Got the reader and all the rest of it. So obviously it's all wired. It's all pre-wired. See all the wiring in it. It's all pre-wired. And if you want to test lots of them, basically you'd have to undo it and wire each one up. By the way, you can just about make out the real-time clock that's soldered underneath. Can you see it? It's just underneath the PCB. That's why I've got extra standoffs there. Just instead of having a lead, just demonstrate, I put it under there. Anyway, so you've seen all that before. And you can power it up and test it and all the rest of it. Anyway, so I'll put that away. If you want to have a look at that, there's one of it. There's a video of that. Yeah, there's a video of that already. If you have a look in the backlog, you'll see back catalogue. You'll see it. So I've got to make a test jig. I've got the pogo pins. So there's a few things to do still, and I've got still got loads of boards. Where have I put all the boards? Is this the boards? Can't remember which. I've got boards everywhere. JLC. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I had 30 boards made a while back. Here they are. So I've got 30 blank boards from last time, so I can be busy making all them up if I need to. Alright, there's loads of them boards. I've got the bits, so I haven't bothered. So I have the 10 made, populated the JLC PCB from LCSC parts. And that's these 10 all ready to go. They've got to be, the buck converter's got to be set, and I've got to finish off the firmware just to give it the default settings. Let's just have a look in this box. Actually, I've got some other boards here. That's Amiga 2 megabyte memory expansions, which I've got to sort out. Amiga. And something like so that's up here somewhere. I'll find that later. What else? That's it. Yeah, that's it. So we've still got a bit of work to do on it. I'm going to start and list these. I need to finish the web page off. I'm going to start and list them. I've already worked the pricing out as well. I've worked some pricing out because it's got to be priced so the distributors, people who distribute, they want a large discount off depending on how many they're going to buy. So I've done a scale of 10%, 20, 30 and 40% discount. Most suppliers, they're looking at like 45% discount off the retail price. So obviously there's different ways of doing it, but I mean, if they compare product to something else, they say, oh, I'm getting 45 or 40% discount over there, and even though they're not looking at the actual price, they're looking at the discount. So you've got to give them. So basically, with the maximum amount of disco, it's still got to be making enough to be able to stay, to keep on making them worthwhile to keep making them. Basically, yeah. So anything other than that is a bonus, if you like. So, and they aren't gonna be too cheap, but it depends. They can be cheaper if you buy more of them. That's the thing. Anyway, so oh dear, it's a nightmare. A lot of trouble. Yeah, a lot of trouble. But yeah. So the idea is to get a load of these all boxed up, ready for sending out. Just to get them ready, finished off, and they're all exactly the same. With the cards in, ready to. Someone says, "Can I have one to try?" Well, not. Can I buy one or can I buy 10? Make sure you've got. Potentially I've got enough to make 40. And I can probably turn around if someone says I need 10 or 20. I could order them, and possibly a couple of weeks would be all ready to supply whatever they wanted, with the help of JLC, PCB, and LCSC. And I've still got to build up, put all the through-hole bits on myself. So anyway, right. Let me close that down. So there's a bit. I've got firmware to sort out, and I've got that test jig to make. Obviously, I can test these 10 just by wiring them up, basically. Just wiring them up, and testing each one, but it's all you got to make yourself a quick way of testing it. Ultimately, Right, I think I'm going to cut it there. I'll go to bed and have a rest at some point. So I can't think of anything else though. That's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.